So we are moving to 6.3, and in this video we will be covering that. So seller's problem to supply curve. So we know that in a perfectly competitive market, marginal revenue is equal to market price, price. Okay. So if the market price changes, marginal revenue curve faced by seller will also change. And when seller faces an upward shift of marginal curve, that is upward shift in the sense that MR1 shifting to MR3, then what will happen? Production will increase. When he is making more revenue, he or she is making, when the firm is making more revenue, it will plan to produce more. In contrast, if the firm is making less revenue, it will reduce its production. Okay. Next is price elasticity of supply. It is somewhat same. The concept is same as demand elasticity. Okay. So price elasticity of supply is the measure of how responsive quantity supplied is to price changes. Okay. How does the quantity supplied respond to change in price? So we are using here the percentage method of measuring price elasticity of supply. That is equal to percentage change in quantity supplied by percentage change in price. We know the change in quantity. The change in quantity is calculated as new quantity supplied minus old quantity supplied, initial quantity supplied. Okay, so the difference between new and initial quantity supplied is the change in quantity supplied, and the percentage change in quantity supplied will be this change in quantity supplied, that is new quantity minus old quantity, divided by initial quantity supplied multiplied with 100. So percentage change in quantity supplied is the difference between the quantity supplied divided by initial quantity supplied multiplied with 100. Same goes with the price. Okay, so same concept as in the demand. Okay, so here the elasticity of supply is delta Q by Q multiplied with 100, delta P by P multiplied with 100. Both the 100 will be cut. Thus we will get this like this, and again it will be turned to like this. So the price elasticity of supply is equal to delta Q by delta P multiplied with P by Q. So we can practice a question. Suppose at a price of 10 per unit, P is equal to 10, a firm supplies 50 units of a commodity. When P is 10, Q is 50. When the price rises to 12, P1 is 12, the firm increases supply to 70 units. Q1 is 70. So from here we will get delta P as 12 minus 10, 2. And delta Q as 70 minus 50, 20. So that will be equal to 20 by 2 multiplied with 10 by 50. That is equal to 2. Okay. Next is kind of elasticities. So as in demand, here also it is same, like perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, highly elastic, less elastic, unitary elastic. Okay. So perfectly elastic means here the elasticity will be equal to infinity. Infinite supply at same price, and supply becomes 0 with a slight fall in price. Okay. So we see here whatever the price may be, supply is not dependent on price. Okay. But again, when the supply is decreased, there will be fall in fall in price. When the supply is 0, okay, when the supply is 0, there will be fall in price definitely. But if other than that, if it is not becoming zero, as it's just running highly or less, whatever, the price will be same. So this is how the this is the supply curve. This is how the graphs look like. This is the supply curve Q. So if even if the quantity increase or decrease, the price will be same. It is with respect to supply, okay, not with price, with respect to supply. Next is perfectly inelastic supply. Okay, here the elasticity will be equal to 0. That means whatever the price may be, quantity supplied will be same. That is same supply at all prices. Supply doesn't change with price change. So here in perfectly elastic, however the supply increases, price will not change. In perfectly inelastic, the supply is not changing but the price is changing. So supply is not changing but price is sometimes increasing, sometimes decreasing. So this will be in the case of limited resources like land, real estate, oil refineries and all. Okay. Like for 10 cents of land itself, maybe in 2000 or 2002, at that time for a cent it may be in a particular location, if it was 1 lakh rupees. Now because of the development that happened in this particular location, in that particular location, maybe hospitals, colleges or something like that, now it can be 20 lakhs for a cent or maybe higher than that. Okay. Next is highly elastic, that is elasticity of supply greater than 1. Here the percentage change in supply is greater than percentage change in price. So you can see that here this is the percentage change in supply. This is more, right? But the percentage change in price is less. So that is when the price is 10, supply is 100. So when the price is increased by 50%, supply only increased by supply increased by 100%. Okay. When price was increased by 50%, supply increased by 100%. Next is less elasticity. Less elastic supply. That means percentage change in supply is lesser than percentage change in price. Here let's say price increased by 50%. That is, you can see this space, this ample space here, right? But supply only increased by 20%, 100 to 20, 120. So you can see that here, a little space only, right? Yellow is the change in price and green is the change in supply. Next is unitary elasticity. Unitary elastic supply. Okay. So that means change in supply is equal to percentage change in supply is equal to percentage change in price. This is equal to this change. 10 to 15, 100 to 150. Next, all supply curves which passes through the origin are unitary elastic, irrespective of the angle it makes with origin. Okay. Next is flatter the curve, more is the elasticity. Okay. So that we can, after this is the point of intersection. Beyond that, before that, this SS is more elastic. Okay. Because you can see it is more flatter. Sorry, mine is not that like a line. This is more flatter. So this is more elastic SS. But S1 sorry, SS. Okay, wait a minute, I just messed it up. So this is SS. Okay, SS is more elastic because it is more flatter, but S1 it is more steeper, so it is less elastic compared to SS. Next is shutdown. So shutdown is a short-run decision. That is to not to produce anything during a specific period. The firm should shut down if the price is less than average variable cost. That is, if the price means marginal revenue, if that is less than average variable cost, the firm should shut down. So at this point C, you can see this is the average total cost, then this is the average variable cost. So this is the margin, and these are the MRs. We have 3 MRs here, marginal revenue, that is points here. Okay. So for this point C, this is the point C. So this is a point of production where price is greater than AVC. You can see the price is greater than AVC. That is, marginal revenue is equal to price. We know that. So MR is greater than AVC. AVC is this curve. This is the AVC curve. So here, yes, it is upper. It is greater. C is greater than AVC, but lesser than ATC. ATC is here. This is ATC. So greater than AVC, lesser than ATC. All of the VCs, variable costs, are covered by revenue. So at this point, as the AVC is below, we can get that all the variable costs are covered by revenue. Also, a fraction of fixed cost is also covered by revenue. The firm continues production besides the loss because of sunk cost. Because sunk cost means some costs that are committed. Once committed, never be recovered and should not affect current and future production decisions, like rent of the building. I mean, they have to pay the rent irrespective of their production, right? Or tax or whatever. So of the building. Okay, so for that, for paying that, the firm is continuing the production. Okay. At point C, so fixed cost is a little covered. Next, so it is the portion of its MC curve that lies above average variable cost. If the market price puts the seller at a point on its MC curve that lies below the minimum average variable cost curve, then the firm should shut down. Right? So if the marginal cost, we know MC is equal to MR, that is equal to price. So if that is below average variable cost, that is, if the even the variable costs are not able to be be attained, then definitely the firm should stop production, that is, should shut down. So that's it with with the 6.3. In next class we'll be covering 6.4 and 5. So by then, happy learning.